What if Samsung's biggest camera downgrade on the Galaxy S27 Pro is actually one of its smartest decisions? That sounds crazy. Because when a new flagship phone arrives, we expect one thing: better cameras, more megapixels, bigger sensors, better zoom, better low-light performance. But the latest information surrounding the Galaxy S27 Pro's camera setup has disappointed some Samsung fans. And yet, there's a very good reason why Samsung might be doing this. In fact, this decision could tell us something much bigger about where Samsung's flagship phones are heading. Samsung has spent years competing on camera specifications. Every new Galaxy flagship has to convince buyers that its camera system is more powerful than the previous generation. So naturally, hearing that the Galaxy S27 Pro may not deliver the camera upgrade many people expected sounds like bad news. But here's the important part. Smartphone camera isn't just about putting the biggest possible sensor inside the phone. There are trade-offs: size, thickness, heat, battery consumption, processing, lens design, cost. All of these factors matter, and this is where Samsung's rumored strategy becomes interesting. Nerdy the camera problem, think about what happens when smartphone manufacturers keep making camera hardware bigger. The camera bump gets larger, the phone becomes harder to design. Around internal space becomes more limited, and manufacturers have to make compromises elsewhere. For Samsung, this is especially important because the Galaxy S series isn't just about photography. It's supposed to be an all-around flagship. You want a premium display. You want strong battery life. You want powerful performance. You want a thin and comfortable design. And of course, you still want excellent cameras. The problem is that you can't maximize everything at the same time. And that's why a camera upgrade that looks disappointing on paper could actually make sense in the real world. Instead of simply chasing bigger hardware, Samsung can focus on making the entire smartphone experience better. That means better computational, photography, better image processing or smarter, AI faster processing, and potentially a more balanced internal design. Because here's something smartphone buyers sometimes forget. The camera specification sheet doesn't always tell you how good the final photograph will look. Two phones can have very different sensors and still produce surprisingly similar results, or even favor the phone with the less impressive hardware. That's because modern smartphone photography is heavily dependent on software. Why this could be genius. So if Samsung really is choosing not to make the camera hardware as dramatic as some fans expected, the company may be betting on something else: optimization. Instead of saying, let's make the sensor bigger, Samsung could effectively be saying, let's make the entire system smarter. And that could be a much more sustainable strategy, because eventually, there are limits to how much hardware you can physically fit inside a smartphone. But software can keep improving. AI can keep improving. Image processing can keep improving, and Samsung can potentially deliver meaningful improvements without turning the Galaxy S27 Pro into a camera attached to a smartphone. The controversy. Of course, there's another side to this. If you're a photography enthusiast who wants a major hardware upgrade, this news may still be disappointing, because better software can't completely eliminate the advantages of better physical hardware. Larger sensor can capture more light, better optics can improve image quality, and stronger zoom hardware can make a real difference. So the question isn't whether Samsung's decision is automatically good or bad. The real question is, what kind of Galaxy user is Samsung designing the S27 Pro for? Is it trying to win the specification war, or is Samsung trying to create a more balanced flagship? Retention. Bigger picture. And this is where the Galaxy S27 Pro becomes especially interesting. If Samsung can prove that a less dramatic camera upgrade still produces better real-world photos, then the company could be moving away from the old smartphone upgrade race. Instead of giving consumers another massive specification every year, Samsung could focus on making the phone feel better as a complete package. And honestly, that may be exactly what flagship smartphones need. Because at some point, most people don't need another huge number on a specification sheet. They need a phone that works better. So, is the Galaxy S27 Pro's camera really a disappointment? Maybe, But if Samsung can turn that supposedly disappointing hardware into a genuinely better photography experience through software and optimization, then this could end up being one of Samsung's smartest decisions. And we won't really know until the phone is officially revealed and tested in the real world. But now, I want to hear from you. Would you rather have a bigger and more powerful camera sensors, or a better optimized camera system with smarter AI and processing? Tell me your choice in the comments. And if you want more Galaxy S27 news, leaks, comparisons, and smartphone updates, sätt då hit like. Subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications, because the Galaxy S27 story is only getting started.